Yeah, this is one of our Tennessee walking horse geldings. This is Ed's Buckaroo. Now he's been well started, but he just wants to play with. See Rain over here. This is Ed's Rainy Day. They're best buddies, and he wants to play with them. And it's really kind of cool. Like he'll stop. Yeah, he's not doing it now. But he was stopping like when Rain went by. When he went by Rain over here, Rain flicked his head and he would stop on a dime and turn around. So Eric's just working with him now, just playing around with him, seeing, just trying to get his attention back on him. That's all. Which you can see it is. Look at it right there, see? One of the things I tell people, you see the flag there. You want to, flags are nice because they can get real large, noisy, and big and stuff. And then they can also be real super subtle. And I like them because they're lightweight. And I think you have a lot of degrees of pressure with them. Like if it's on a scale of 1 to 100, you know, you have all these little gradations in between. And where other tools, maybe not so much. I really like using flags a lot, but we only use it for a little bit, and then we put it away. And we're always trying to use as little stimulus as possible, as little pressure as possible. And you hear Eric. I don't know if you can hear him now, but he's he's exhaling. He's going. So he's doing that to try to just calm the horse down on his own. Get him synced in with your body, and so like he's trying to show him, like, see his body language is saying, hey, we're taking it easy. But you can see how Merlin's not Merlin, Buck's focus is on Rain here. He really wants to just play with Rain. You see how little he used the flag there? Just lifting it barely off the sand. That's what I'm talking about. Like when you use the flag right or your tools right, it could be your body, could be your hand, could be a rope, it could be anything. Think of it this way, you need to, if that is on a pressure dial, whatever you're using, you want that pressure dial to spring load back to 0. So the minute you let go, it goes back to 0 and you start at 0. Now you could go up high quickly if you need to, but you always go back to 0. And that's one of the things, and it's hard to do because there's a lot going on when you're training a horse. And a lot of times, you know, it's some of the most challenging stuff is to understand and be conscious of where your body is, what your body's doing, what your demeanor is doing, what your tempo is, all this stuff. But when you get it, you get it. And like you'll see, like I watch videos of people training horses and stuff, and you'll see even some pretty good trainers like this stepping backwards, and they're not even conscious of stepping backwards, which is not something you want to do very much at all with a horse. Now you could do it to draw them in, but you usually want to be moving towards them. And but you know, a lot of times you'll see people when they're working with a horse, they're not conscious of where their hand is, where their body is, where their shoulders are, where they're fit, what they're facing, what they're turning away from, if they're retreating, if they're going forward. These are all things that you need to become very aware of. Now he's just drawing him in, and he was just trying to let him burn off some steam, and so he would move him around a little bit extra. He goes, "Oh, you want to move here? Move a little bit more." And the horse goes, "Okay," and then they get the idea, like, that you're the person to listen to. And horses will do that with each other, there's usually one or two that are in charge out there in the field, and if that horse just picks up its head and takes off, you better believe the rest of them are going to follow that horse. Yeah, see, he's checking out Rain again. See, that's his buddy. So he's trying to get his attention. See, I got his attention back to him. Just flip that flag a little bit. So it's the kind of stuff you're always dealing with. You might be dealing with on the ground. You might be dealing with in the saddle. Like I say, you're always, one of the biggest things you're working with your horse is to get and keep their attention. And think about it, it's hard. I mean, it's even hard for you or me, to keep your attention on something, focus on something. How long can you focus on something before you start getting frustrated, anxious, nervous, angry, picture defeated, any of those kind of emotions? Well, horses have those similar emotions, and I'm always amazed on how well they do focus and how long they can keep their concentration. It's pretty amazing, actually, if you think about it. Nice. Just moving them out of his space, backing up. And Rain's over there. Now this is something you saw me in one of my other videos. I had my stallion way back when, who I call Wayne, tied up against that thing like that. And I've done that with him, and I've done it with a couple other horses, where I would be over there standing by him, and if Wayne got worked up and brought his rear end towards me, or just stopped paying attention towards me, step towards me or something, I would flick the flag a little bit and get his attention back on me. You have to watch that video. It's a short video, but it's really good. But this is really helpful for the horses too, to have to watch another horse being trained, and it's good for Rain, and it's good for Buck here to realize he's got to concentrate on here. Like, he just can't do what he wants with his buddy over there. Now see, he lost him there. Okay, just lost him for a second. Now he's trying to get back. See how he flicked his head there? It's kind of telling him, like, I have other things on my mind. See how he keeps looking at Rain over there. See? So Eric's calling him back. Trying to get him back on. This is the cool thing about working a horse at liberty like this, is you only have him if you have him. You have nothing, nothing tethered between you two. It's just, his desire to work with you. And see, I was just riding Rain over there. I was just riding him, and this is another video you've seen. You might have seen our hanging a horse video. You can call it tying a horse or anything like that, but it's really good to, when you're done riding them, not to just put them away, because they can make, horses will anticipate stuff, okay? And anticipation is both good and bad.